Welcome to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast with Jacob Ayers, providing actionable content to help you along your journey to financial freedom through real estate investing. As the premier asset class, real estate has helped ordinary people just like you amass fortunes. The benefits of passive income from real estate investing will allow you to live a life you want. And now your host, entrepreneur, real estate investor, and apartment deal syndicator, Jacob Ayers.
Hi, and welcome to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast, episode 255. Hi, welcome back. Thanks so much for tuning in to this week's episode. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from all parts of the world. I'm glad you're tuning in to this week's Friday Fundamental. Hi, I'm your host, Jacob Ayers. This week's Friday Fundamental is the power of your mind. Now, I am in no way a medical doctor or medical professional, so do not tune into me for what I'm about to say here, but this stems around a placebo. And not knowing much about this, I turned to an article on drugs.com to explain more. So first off, a placebo is an inert, or in other words, inactive substance, typically a tablet, capsule, or other dose form that does not contain an active drug ingredient. Sometimes these are simply just sugar pills. Placebos are often used in clinical trials as an inactive control, so that researchers can better evaluate the true overall effect of the experimental drug treatment under study. In these clinical trials, one subset of patients would receive the placebo, and the other group would receive the experimental drug, but neither group is aware of which treatment they have received. In addition, researchers in the study would not know which patients have received active or placebo treatments. So that is a placebo study. Why am I telling you this? Because I want to introduce and talk about the placebo effect. The placebo effect is defined as a beneficial effect produced by a placebo drug or treatment which cannot be attributed to the properties of the placebo itself and must therefore be due to the patient's belief in that treatment. Let's look at a well-known placebo study. Now, I first heard of this study in Vishen Lakhiani's book, Code of the Extraordinary Mind, which I highly recommend. Now, this study and corresponding article titled Mindset Matters, Exercise, and the Placebo Effect was led by Harvard University psychology professors Aaliyah Crum and Ellen Langer. In a study testing whether the relationship between exercise and health is moderated by one's mindset, 84 female room attendants working in 7 different hotels were measured on physiological health variables affected by exercise. Those in the informed condition were told that the work they do is good exercise and satisfies the Surgeon General's recommendations for an active lifestyle. Examples of how their work was exercise were provided. Subjects in the control group were not given this information. Although actual behavior did not change, 4 weeks after the intervention, the informed group perceived themselves as getting significantly more exercise than before. As a result, compared with the control group, they showed a decrease in weight, blood pressure, fat, waist to hip ratio, and body mass index. These results support the hypothesis that exercise affects health in part or in whole via the placebo effect. I just find the placebo effect fascinating due mostly to the power of the mind. Everything we do starts in our mind. But strangely enough, it's not necessarily what or how we do things that impact our outcomes, but rather our mindset. I had someone that recently told me the only difference in feeling excited and feeling nervous is your mindset. That feeling is the same, the only difference is how you think about it. I think the only difference in living an extraordinary life and an average life is your mindset. And the best part is you can control your own mind. Let's look at a few ways you can grow, change, and control your mindset. The world around you is filled with both absolute truths and relative truths. Absolute truths are things that are, well, absolutely true. An absolute truth would be the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. No matter who you are, where you come from, your culture, your religion, this stands true. A relative truth would be there are, say, two political parties. This is true in some sense, yet only relative to U.S. politics. In other political systems, there are more than two political parties. To constantly grow and expand your mind, you can challenge these relative truths. Doing so will make you look at things in new perspectives, possibly even solving challenges with new solutions. Growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset is one that doesn't change. The way things are now is the way they'll always be in a fixed mindset. With no perception of abundance, one with a fixed mindset settles for how things currently are and thinks that's the way they'll always be. On the other hand, a growth mindset is one that is constantly growing and changing. A person with a growth mindset understands that life is an ebb and flow of progress, status, success, etc. With a growth mindset, you realize that life is abundant and you're constantly growing and learning. Author of The Code of the Extraordinary Mind, as previously mentioned, Vishen Lakhiani said, "Most human beings underestimate just how powerful their thoughts are in creating the world around them." When I say engineer the lifestyle you want, that all starts with your thoughts and mindset. With the right mindset, you can accomplish anything you can imagine. Your thoughts, nurtured by your mindset, turn into action. Little steps turn into larger steps. What started off as an idea will become a reality. Your reality. Whatever you can imagine is completely achievable. Everything in this world was just once an idea in someone's mind. The automobile, space travel, telephone, internet, and everything else was once just an idea. Your mindset is the foundation to your success. Without the right mindset, you won't be able to build your life very far. But with the right mindset, the sky is the limit. So grow your mindset, question everything, always look for solutions to problems, and never quit learning. The thoughts you have today will be your reality tomorrow. Well, that wraps up this week's Friday Fundamental. Hey, I really hope you're getting value from this show. I thank you for tuning in every week and listening to this podcast. It means so much. I know you're not doing it for me. I know you're doing it for you, and you're doing a fantastic job. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep after it. Grow your mindset. Continue to learn. You'll be so surprised at what you can accomplish. Well, for more information, resources, and to connect with me, the best place to do that is at www.jacobayers.com. Till next week, engineer the lifestyle you want.
You've been listening to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast, providing you actionable content to build your real estate empire. Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for personal advice. The opinions of guests are their own. Information is not guaranteed. All investment strategies have a potential for profit or loss. The host is operating on behalf of the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom, LLC exclusively.